easy pickings, right? The square on the right, the square in the middle right has one number missing, and this looks like it's going to be our 6. And with that being 6, we have the middle square that's missing a 6, so it obviously cannot be this one because we just put one to the right of it, nor it can be this one because there's one to the left of it. So this is a square that will need a 6. And if you look on the right side, we see that 6, there's only one more 6 left. So if you look on the right side, we see that there's only one more 6 left. So it's going to be this square right here. And at a quick glance, you can see there's a 6 on that row to the left. There's a 6 in this column to the top. There's a 6 in that row and that column. So our final 6 is going to be here. 6s are done. Do we have any easy pickings? Let's see what goes here. So we have 2 numbers missing in the middle square. And they are 7 and 9. So in this square it cannot be the 9 because there's a 9 above, so it's got to be the 7. And this square, now that we have the 7, this square has to be the 9. And when we look on the right side, there's only one more 9 left, so that's going to be in the square to the bottom left. We have a 9 in this column to the top. We have a 9 in this column to the top. We have a 9 in this row to the right. So our 9 goes here. But that gives us the third column with the 1 number missing, and that's going to be our 3. Okay. With that being said, we have this row, our 4th row with 1 number missing, and that's our 5. And when we look on the right side, we only have one more 5 left, and that could be somewhere here. It couldn't be there because there's one below that in the same column. This one in this column, and this is the one it needs to be. It cannot be here because there's one on the left. So 5 goes here. Easy pickings. This row has 1 number missing, and that's going to be our 3. This row has a number missing, and that's going to be our 1. Okay, what else? Let's look at this column, the last column. It has 2 numbers missing, the top one and the bottom one. What numbers would they be? It would be a 3 and an 8. Well, this column cannot be a 3 because there's a 3 to the far left, so this square is going to be our 8. That means our 3 will be on the bottom right. Okay, so that's done. Let's see what else. Let's try this one, the middle square on the top. Okay, so that row, actually, not the square, but this row. This row has 2 numbers missing, and it's a 2 and a 7. So it cannot be. This cannot be a 2 because the square has a 2 in it. It's right here below this one, right? And this, with the same rule, this one cannot have a 7 because the square has a 7 in it. So this is our 2 and this is our 7. Okay, with that we have the third row missing 2 numbers. Well, the fourth column, if you look down this way, it's missing one number, and that's our 4, it looks like. And that row is missing a number, and that's going to be our 3. This top square in the middle is missing a number, and that's our 3. And the bottom square in the middle is missing a 3 also. It cannot be here or here because there's one to the left. It cannot be here because there's one to the right. So our 3 is here, and that's our last 3. And looking here, we can see there's only one more 8 left. So when there's one number left, it's pretty easy. We just need to find that one spot. And what we can do is click on 8 in the puzzle, and we'll highlight all the 8s for us. And we can see it's going to be in the square at the bottom left. It cannot be here or here because there's one in the same column. It cannot be here because there's one to the right. It cannot be here because there's one to the right. So this is our 8. That gives us some options. So let's start with this square here. So the square itself, right, the top right square is missing 2 numbers. And those numbers are 1 and a 4. Well, the 1 cannot be here because there's a 1 in the column. So this is our 1. That means this is our 4. And if that's our 4, that means this number, sorry, so because we put 1 in here, that means this column has 1 number, meaning that's our 4 here. And because of that, the left square on the bottom row have 4 missing. It cannot be here because there's 1 to the right. It cannot be here because there's 1 to the right. It cannot be here because there's 1 right to the top of it. So our 4 is here. So this column has 1 number missing, and that's our 7. Because of that, that row has a number missing, which is our 2. When we look on the right side, that's we only have 1 more 7 left. So let's tap the 7 in our puzzle and find out the square that doesn't have a 7. It cannot be here because there's 1 in the same column. It cannot be here because there's 1 to the right. So our 7 goes here. Okay. And we have 1 and a 2 left. Let's look at 2s. We can have a 2 here or here, or a 1 here or here. Okay, let's start with the 1. So in the middle rows, we have this 1 column. That's just one number missing. It's an easy picking, and that's our 1. Because of that, this is going to be a 2. Because of that, that's going to be a 1. And because of that, that's going to be a 2.